A couple shocked at the situation of human trafficking across Europe have decided they must do what they can to fight it. Tim and Ellie Button from Portsmouth identified families and orphans in Moldova as being in greatest need of their support. They join us in the studio to explain why Moldova and how we can all help out. How did you first find out about the human trafficking?
So I was actually in a charity shop in Havant buying some cheap furniture for our house, and I got talking to a shopkeeper, and he started telling me some stories, some horrific stories about girls in Moldova that had been trafficked and at risk from trafficking as well, and how they've been, saved from that. And I was really impacted to hear a grown man, almost at the point of tears, telling me about these girls, and I just knew at that moment that I had to do something about it. And then I went home to Ellie, and we started talking about human trafficking, started doing some research online, and we realised just how much of a state Moldova was in.
Yeah, so we wanted to go and visit. So you've been a few times now, I've been once before, and we've been out there and visited the young people out there, the kids, because it's really about the kids that we're really wanting to help, because they're the future of Moldova.
And it must have been, was it a shock for you when Tim had come back from furniture shopping and suddenly...
Yeah, yes, it was a shock, but it was also a good reality check that this is going on in Europe, not far away from us. So yeah, it's got us excited to actually do something to help.
And when was that? How far down the timeline are we now?
So that was 4 years ago. In that time, we've worked with some really good organisations doing some amazing work in Moldova. They reckon every third child is without a parent. And 40% of the working age in Moldova is actually working abroad. So that leaves all these kids often abandoned in their homes, and if they don't get put into state orphanages, they're left abandoned with no running water, no heating. So what happens? These kids are just left, and how can we change a country where the kids have been abandoned,
So that's obviously happening as a product of situations going international relations, really. But when it comes to the country on the ground level, how are you helping?
So we are raising money to buy care packages for poor families out there. And in these care packages, we want to put essential food in, like lentils, rice, tinned fish, and also firewood, so they can actually make the food. And in these poor villages, a lot of the houses out there don't have any heating, they don't have any running water, and the temperatures can get to -15, so it can be really tough for them in the winter. So what we're hoping to do, raise money, and the packages will be £10 each, so that will last them a month. So yeah, that's what we're planning to do.
And when are you going? When are you going back with all the care packages?
We're going on the 3rd of February for 5 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what do you expect to do when you're out there? Who are you meeting? Have you got a regime, a schedule set up?
We have, yes.
Yeah.
As an ex-Royal Marines bandsman, I'm quite into my admin and my schedules and my planning. Ellie might disagree with that, but we're taking a team of eight ladies out, some from Portsmouth, some from Essex, and we are going to invade that place with love. We're going to get out to the villages. We're going to be working with lots of young people that are also going to be taught how to love on other people, how to give out these packages and communicate, build relationships with locals. Because the idea is over the visits we go, because this is not the last visit, this is probably the first of many. We want to build really strong bonds and relationships with these families. So in future we can help, we can rebuild homes that need rebuilding, we can start investing in their families and equipping them for the future. So we're really excited. We're linking up with missionaries on the ground, with charity workers, organisations, individuals, people that are giving their all out there. We're getting there as a support for them and backing them all the way.
What are you doing between now and then? Is there a way that people can get in contact with you, or are you holding any events?
So we both hold down day jobs, so a lot of the time we're doing this on top of our job. This is completely funded off our own back. We've paid for our own flights, as have the other team members. So in the meantime, we're just raising awareness, telling people about our trip in February, trying to get people to donate where they can. And the donations are coming in. We feel very supported by friends, family, and random individuals that want to support the mission.
So people need to look out for Tim and Ellie Button Moldova fundraising, essentially.
Yeah, type it in on Google, you'll get straight there.
On crowdfunding.
Brilliant. Thank you very much for coming in today.
Thank you.
Thank you.